Born in 1957, Tony Oursler is a renowned American multimedia and installation artist. He completed his BFA at the California Institute of the Arts in California in 1979, and his art encompasses a variety of forms including video, sculpture, installation, performance, and painting. Oursler is known for his fractured narrative handmade videos, including the 1980 work, The Loner, and the 1984 work, Vol. These involve elaborate soundtracks, drawing sets, motion animation and optical effects created by the artist. Early videos have been widely exhibited in alternative spaces and museums, and they are distributed by EAI. His early installations were immersive darkroom environments where video, sound and language were mixed with colorful sculptural elements. In these projects, Oursler experimented with ways of removing moving images from video monitors using reflections in water, mirrors, glass and other devices. Oursler began using a small LCD video projector in 1991 and presented his first video dolls and dummies in an exhibition. This work made use of handmade soft fabric patterns, and combined them with video to highlight the expressive power of animation through projection. Oursler then produced a series of installations that combined found objects and video projections. The 1993 work Judy explored the relationship between multiple personality disorder and mass media, while the work Getaway 2 featured projected graphics that penetrated into the marrow of the bone and brought the observer face to face with direct images. These installations have attracted widespread popularity and critical acclaim. I focused on two of Oursler's works, Two Heads and Doll. The double head, at first glance, is very confusing, but gradually becomes an afterthought. The two faces gazing at each other, presumably a man and a woman, both with pale cheeks and deep-set eyes emitting a cold green light, seem to be suspicious of each other, provoking and even viciously attacking each other, showing the barriers between the sexes or between people separated by hatred. In addition, the two bones in the lower left-hand corner make the shape of an X, as if to express the irreparable and irreparable nature of the relationship. The doll, on the other hand, is a little creepy. The little man placed inside the trunk is a doll made of cloth, his head an illusory projection, his wide, round eyes staring helplessly above his head, the lid of the trunk ready to be closed, pressing both on his head and on the tiny heart wrapped in his small body. What, I wondered, was he looking at? Was it a beautiful heaven? Or was it a cruel hell? Would he be able to live? Had his life become an indeterminate state, living and dying at the same time? Deeper still, are we too, like this doll, bound in such a small space waiting for our so-called salvation? In addition, Oursler has taken his installations outdoors. His public art installation The Influence Machine was exhibited in New York's Madison Park in 2000. On a dark night, Oursler used billowing, thick smoke as a curtain on which he presented expressionless faces. He saw the form as a dialogue with the spirits that wandered the park after death, as if they were saying one unintelligible word, "Where are you? Coke, and bad weather," and so on. No one is lying. All that can be seen is the light smoke that drifts around the person, as if the spirits are whispering in their ears. All this inspires a sense of fear and unreality, as if one is entering a new dimension, where the living and the dead coexist. Finally, a summary of Oursler's creative style. He, like many Western artists, inherited the serious proposition of human introspection. The head is the place where human consciousness takes place, is at the heart of his inquiry, and the face is considered by him to be the most attractive and important support. Oursler's most unique approach is to liberate the image from the usual flat interface, and to project it on various three-dimensional levels, which is tantamount to touching those sensitive points in the human visual neuron. He makes heads out of white plastic fibers, gives them vivid cheeks with a small projector, and makes moans, grumbles and cries for help come out of a loudspeaker. So these unfortunate people walk, prostrate under sofas and chairs, suspended from the ceiling, or thrown into dark sea. Mourners. They are all heartbroken and carry on their hopeless search with eyes that roll back and forth. Oursler's narrative approach is distinctive in that he wishes to a form within which people can explore, play and build something new on top of it. His research into the complexity of social interaction and how technology affects our mental state and presence in the world draws on contemporary communication tools to create work that incorporates different vehicles and investigates the mechanisms of today's popular culture. The resulting works deal with the relationship between dimension, sound, movement, space, language and material, using these elements to immerse the viewer in an almost obligatory dialogue with the virtual creatures he creates. Oursler has become a globally renowned video artist and a very avant-garde new media artist.